Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today as we continue our series of interviews with the filmmakers in competition at Lago Film Fest 2023. My name is Federica. I'm one of the film programmers of Lago Film Fest, and today I'm really excited to have not one special guest, but two guests with us. I'm going to start by introducing the first one. His name is Douwe Dijkstra, and he is the director of Neighbour, Abdi, which is a documentary in our international competition. And the documentary is going to be screening on the very first night of the film festival. So it's going to be on Friday, 21st of July at 9:30. So at 9 p.m. At 9:30 in the evening. We're very excited to have the director of the film, but also the co-writer and subject of the documentary. So we have Abdi Wahab Ali with us today as well. So welcome both, and thanks so much for taking the time to do this.
Thanks for having us.
Much. Yes.
Thank you. And I haven't said anything about the documentary itself because I would like to hear it from you. If you could tell a bit more about the film, what the film is in your own words.
So the film is a little bit about both of us, but mostly about Abdi. And he's my neighbor in this studio. So this is my studio, and on the other side of that door is Abdi's studio. And ever since we were neighbors here, Abdi told me, you should make a film about my life. And at some point we started doing that together. So it's about your life. What is your life about, Abdi?
Yeah, it's a little bit about my life, but also about the relation that we have. We both, now I'm 93.
39.
39, yeah. And, for Douwe, it's violence through the TV. And he made before another short movie, what's the name?
Démontable.
Démontable, and that one was about that war came through the mirror, through the window, TV in his life. And he make a beautiful short film. And I saw it, I said, yo, that's my life, man. You should make a movie about my life, So, and of course, I want to tell also the story of not once criminal is always criminal. And what you've done is not who you are or who you will become. And that was my story, and I want to share with the world. And yeah, and I'm happy he did the movie about my life. Now everybody know you're not always once criminal, always criminal.
Yeah, of course. I think one of the reasons why we really like the documentary is the fact that it manages to tell your story, that it's a story that is quite painful in part and full of trauma, but it manages to tell the story in a way that is very life affirming and very joyous and very very creative as well. So there's a lot of creativity involved, and the style of the documentary is one that mixes interviews and reenactment and special effects. So there's quite a lot going on visually, and obviously there's a lot going on in terms of the story that it tells. So I wanted to know again from you, Abdi, how was the experience for you of putting your life story into a film together with Douwe, and how was it to reenact and relive some of the experiences of your life through the documentary?
Yeah, at the beginning, I had big mouths. I said, "Yeah, you must make a movie with my life. I'm gonna do this, that." But at the back of my mind, was I know I did the bad things, and also I had also victims. So, and I really want to show that on the screen, but because I said it at the beginning, so if you say one A, then you must also say B, and it was for me a little bit difficult because I have company, I have also children, and I don't want my children also got to see what I did, bad things I did, and that was for me difficult, But at the end, I'm happy we told the whole story and not only half story. So
Yeah, of course. And Douwe, for you, how was the process of making this film? What were the challenges as a filmmaker of telling the story?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot about trust. I mean, just what Abdi mentioned, that from the start I was fascinated that Abdi told so many things about his life to me. He was always very open about everything, you know, about his war um, experiences that he had in his childhood, but also about the his criminal past in the Netherlands. And then when you are into this process together, it's really a fine line between, you know, we really became friends during making of this film, and at the same time, you know, I have a film in my mind that I want to create, but you're doing it together, and you don't want to go somewhere, you know, where Abdi does not want to go. And at the same time, it's also very powerful in the story that we show a little bit of the struggle as well, you know, that it's not that it's a painful past. But I think from the start we had a very good chemistry. You know, there's always a lot of laughter and jokes, and I hope the style of the film is a, yeah, it's like a tribute or a portrait of this of the way that Abdi deals with his past, because the way he talks and shares about it, and then the exchange that we have, and it's very playful. So I think that's a very important part of the way that he deals with his past, that is very inspiring. So because we had this chemistry, I was never really worried, you know, that it wouldn't work out. So, and I'm very happy that it worked out the way it did. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to come back to the beginning of the film. So, as Abdi was mentioning, there's first something said about the fact that in the Netherlands, people might have prejudice and think, you know, once you're a criminal, then you're always a criminal. And then the other saying that says something completely different. It says your life experiences and your actions during your life don't define you. And thinking about this, I just wanted to ask Abdi, how is your life now? That, like, do you think that there's a lot of prejudice in terms of what you went through and the way that this is perceived by other people? Because obviously, through the documentary, you show that you've had a hard time when you moved to Europe as well. So how does that feel?
Yeah, the thing is that you know, when you are you know, how I can say, because in the mind of this country is once you criminal, always criminal. Once you have shown bad behavior, then they label you. You are bad man, and you stay bad. And for me, it's now a mission to show people that you know, it's not always what you did is not always what you become. And I make also some kind of game of it that I can show people how difficult it is to part with society while you are what you are. Like you are black man, Muslim, you did some crime, and then now you want to do some good things. You know, in the mind of people, when they see your profile, all kind of red lamps fires. You know, and it doesn't matter how of course it doesn't matter, but I show if you work hard and you stay positive and you stay out of all the trouble, doors will open and things will change. But it takes for me and people I represent more effort to show that we are also capable to do good things and we want to contribute to society. You know, good idea, but also solution to the problems that we are struggling as society as whole. And
Yeah.
that's not easy for people to get out their box and to be, you know, to be open minded. Well, everybody say, yeah, I'm open minded, I'm open, but when you see me, you get scary, you know. So how open minded are you?
Yeah, definitely. And so the film is amazing. We really liked it because it's a film that is also about the making of the film. So during the film, you can see a lot about how you two work together and the other people involved, and your relationship. And there's clearly a lot of, as you were saying, it's a relationship that works really well. And so I just wanted to ask you a bit more about your upcoming projects, to you both, and whether you're planning to do something else together, to work on other stuff together.
Well, so actually, I introduced this place as my studio, but actually, since only a few weeks now, it's Abdi's studio, because I left the studio and Abdi's taking over. And well, I mean, Abdi can tell you more about this, but so I don't know. Abdi's gonna make films without me, and I'm pretty sure that we will find each other there again to collaborate. But yeah, I mean, there was just something I wanted to add with the making of that you mentioned, because what I really love about the result of this film and what I try to do is that, you know, you can always reenact and you can think of this scripted scenes, but then in the making of, often the most interesting things happen, you know, while you are creating something. And I don't know, I think that this kind of playground that this studio is, that maybe Abdi just wanted to to take that from me by making this film.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the
Yeah.
space?
You know, people say, are you on Douwe studio? I said, no, man, it's not my studio. You know, I give Douwe a good short movie. Now he's all over the world, you know, and I have this place. And thank you to teaching me how to make movie, you know, good friends.
So you
No.
had no experience of making films before doing this one?
No, but I was always, like, I did before also multimedia 6-month college, but I always was with my camera, always with software, editing something. So I'm always, you know, doing something and
Always creating,
yeah,
right?
always creating, but also I am the tool that I need to get my things done. So if I want to something, so I become the tool that will do the job. So I never ask somebody, can you do that for me? Or, you know, I am. So, and I want to make movie about my life. So I found him. So I'm happy. And now I want to make something like series or documentary, not documentary, but something that's not about me, but about the people like me, you know, that also struggling in the society. Also, young kids born here in this country, but still have the difficulties that I found. But I'm fighter, so I fight. But a lot of people, they give up, you know, and then they are what the people say about them. And I show them, no, brother, it's your life, you know. So, and uh, I show them with acting and reacting how reality works, and yeah, and actually you are the center of the universe. So if you think you cannot do it, then you cannot do it, and if you think you can do it, you can do it. So, and it's the thousand ways to things done, and I show them, you know, start always in your mind, you know,
But it's
and
going to be workshops and
workshops, training, but also acting, reacting. And while we're doing that, we learn about how it works, you know, and then mind changing find their place. Yeah, and the kids liked, you know. So I'm very happy, and I'm also busy with the Dutch TV to make to get my own series also about the environment where, you know, where I'm from. And yeah, and I'm very happy, you know. So it's not end by neighbor Abdi, but it's now people like Abdi struggling in same situation.
it's just the start of a lot of things, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really exciting to hear. It's like the real life consequence of this film. So that's also why it's a great film, because it brought to this collaboration and it brought to a lot of exciting things, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks so much for telling this story. And we're really, really happy and really excited to show the documentary at Lago Film Fest. Just to close the conversation, I'm going to say once again, for our audiences, for everyone who's coming to Lago, the film is going to be shown on Friday the 21st of July at 9:30 p.m. on the main screen. So we are really excited to show this to our audiences. And yeah, thanks for joining us today again, and thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for this talk.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Gracias.
you.